I'm currently at Bear Lake and I'm testing feeder rods. Right now, I'm testing the Karma Mechter FD440 in combination with a 6,000 reel. Why am I even testing something like this? What do you even need a feeder rod for? And then also a 6,000 reel. I mean, you usually have something like a Fortuna Carp or maybe a HSV, and now I'm coming along here with feeder rods. Well, the game is constantly evolving, and because of that, you always have to make sure to try something new from time to time, or test different rods and reels that you can ideally buy as early as possible, so you can also use them for a long time. For example, later at Copper Lake. And that's exactly why I'm testing the Karma Mechter right now. Luckily, something already took the bait right away. I'm not even sure if this is really running well here at the moment. I just cast out mussel bait, pop-up mussel green, so pop-up corn, and let's see. It already seems to be starting right away. I just went to one of the 3 classic spots here at Bear Lake, and now we'll see how it goes. The other rods I'm using are my classic Royal feeder rods, so rods that you maybe buy later on in the endgame. You don't need to have them right at the beginning when you're heading towards Copper Lake. Yeah, look at that. That's already looking pretty good. Grass carp will gladly take that. So, let's get it back out there. Classic spot at 5563 and then 21 meters. Cast over this reed's edge over the tip, and then we land right in this area here. On these 2 rods, I've got 2 different reels mounted right now. One of them is the Full Metal 6,000 reel, which you can also get at the Christmas market. And on the other one, of course, is another classic, the Evia 6,000. We'll take a closer look at all that in a moment, go through everything in more detail. So I'm curious now, first fight on this setup here with the Naga 6,000. I'm curious how heavy the fish is right now. Yeah, it looks pretty good. The drag also makes a really solid impression. Fits nicely. The rod bends well into the blank. It's got quite some power, this rod, and I think it matches really well here, especially in combination with the reel. 25 kilograms line capacity on the rod, and the reel has about 13 kilograms drag power. So if we calculate that times 1.5, we end up around 20 kilograms. And I think I've got around 19 kilograms leader material or line here. So I can use it pretty well, although I don't have to use the full capacity right now. I'm curious if something a bit bigger will bite soon. That would be nice, just to have a real strong fight, to feel how the setup performs when pushed to the limit. At the moment, it's looking really good. I can still tighten the drag. Yeah, that's perfect. So I can run the drag completely open here with this setup. That's always important, that we can actually use the full drag power of the reel. Looks good. The speed, yeah, it's okay. Works fine. The retrieving speed of the reel is also good. Perfectly usable. It doesn't have to be super fast. The reel, it should mainly be powerful, right? The slower the gear ratio, the more power you have while cranking. Compared to the previous fish, there was one around 9 kilograms. There wasn't that big of a difference. That fish had a bit more time to swim away before. Now let's just see how the setup performs overall. Both rods already active again. I'll turn the drag down a little bit here. And now let's go back in. This reel is noticeably slower, and we'll take a closer look soon, step by step, how the setups are built. So what do we have here? Something small. Yeah, right now, just without any ground bait mix, really just basic at one of the classic spots with a mussel-flavored bait, which often works well. If you're still not quite sure how to fish here at Bear Lake, definitely check out the playlist for carp fishing, either the Bear Lake playlist or the Carp Fishing Beginner playlist. That's really essential to know how to find bait, how to find spots, and what's currently working, because you don't want to sit here for hours catching nothing. Next fish, 6 kilograms, also went really well. I already have some wear and tear on the Evia 6000 though. We'll do a short summary soon to see which rod and reel combination performed best. Right now, all 3 rods, all 3 setups, everything looks solid. So just quickly about the spot, if you haven't recognized it yet or don't know where it is, it's up here. As I said, 21 meters, frequency seems really good, and it's beeping again immediately. Crazy. A lot going on here, and all that with a simple setup. Just 18 kilograms leader and 19 kilograms main line. That's perfectly fine. Tench gladly take that on muscle. Perfect. Cast again to 21 meters. There's a mussel bank in this area, and that's always a great spot to test different baits, so you should definitely visit it from time to time. You can also feel a bit higher drag resistance here on the rod or reel. There's a difference for sure. The drag hasn't even been released by the fish yet. Yeah, there's clearly a difference, but of course, there are also a few kilograms difference between them, so you notice that. Another 9 kilograms. Actually only 6 kilograms. The full metal really performs nicely now. Let's take a quick look. So the full metal has 18 kilograms drag, 5 kilograms more than the smallest reel. That's impressive. As mentioned, you can only get this reel at the Christmas market. Costs around 5,500 silver, so under 6,000 silver for a 6,000 reel. Right now, this is my #1 reel for Copper Lake. I use it almost exclusively there. I actually have it only on my Copper Lake rods and barely anywhere else. And that's perfectly fine. If you're looking for something high quality and similarly priced, around 5,000 silver, but still more versatile, then the Evia is still fantastic. Not only great for carp fishing, but also for spinning, for example. A huge advantage, it also has much higher line capacity. That means on larger waters or spots where the fish can swim far away, that becomes really useful. You don't really need that at Copper Lake since it's quite small. But if you also use it, for example at Amber Lake, that's definitely a good thing. And then we've got the reel that's now getting more interesting. The Naga 6000, it's got a 4.6 gear ratio, so a strong ratio, and also good line capacity. Fits over 200 meters of 19 kilogram monoline to reduce wear on the setup. So 19 kilograms mono mainline, perfect for carp fishing, plus an 18 kilogram lid core or leader material, and that works great. And there we have the next bite. And that's, as said, a really good rod and reel combination with the Mechter. Look, the next small tench already comes in. Yeah, the 3 reels in the test. What are they for? When should you buy them? That will of course soon in the tutorial series. Also an extra video for bottom fishing about what to buy and when, in which level range. And honestly, with this Karma Mechter plus Naga 6000 combination, you can start really well. The huge advantage here, this rod and reel can be purchased below level 20. And the nice thing is, the set is even cheaper or about the same price as the HSV reel, around 2,800 silver for the whole setup. That's a big advantage, meaning with this setup, you'll be catching bigger fish faster, earning silver faster, and then you can afford your next setup and the next one. By level 29, you'll have 3 solid setups, which you can also use at Copper Lake. So that's the next step. As mentioned, all that will be explained in more detail in the upcoming tutorial series, but yeah, That's definitely a great starting option. Still, if you already have good rods and reels, then in the end game, the Royal Feeder is of course an excellent rod. The 10% boost on this fishing style really enhances your fishing results. You'll catch bigger fish and more fish overall. So this rod is really good, and in combination with an Evia, that's also a great setup. Or if you specialize completely for Copper Lake, you can later also go for a full metal or even Avenger 6000, and then you'll have a top-tier high-end setup. Those are ideas for later, once you're comfortable in the game and just want to get something a bit more specialized or optimized for a specific lake. Overall, I have to say I'm completely satisfied here with this spot. Just mussel bait with a simple 18 kilogram setup works great. Mussel bait without any ground bait mix, catching all kinds of fish, bream, barbel, tench, grass carp, looks really good. If you combine that with a ground bait mix, it could become even better. Let's take a quick look. We can make a ball-shaped ground bait mix here. No need for PVA, and we can throw the balls up to 20 meters. They have an effect radius of 2.5 meters, so still exactly in the area of our baits at 21 meters. So we're perfectly in the impact zone, and I'll keep it basic. Maybe just corn as the base, since we're using artificial corn as bait. We'll add corn kernels too. And since we're using mussel bait, we'll add feed pellets mussel and also wandering mussel. To make it richer, we can add crab mussel soluble, a crushed boilie, or to make it more interesting for Barbel, just add clay and a bit of mussel sauce. If I make it specifically for Barbel, I'll also add sunflower seeds as a base. That makes a classic Barbel mussel ground bait mix. I'll make it now and test it. Maybe we'll even get an albino Barbel. Here it is, the base mix, and I'll use it right here. I've eaten well, so I've got full energy and can cast at maximum distance, about 15 balls. Now the spot is well pre-fed, and there goes the last comet from the sky, landing exactly on my spot. Now it's time to wait again and see if in the early morning hours, a Barbel will take the bait. So, that's it for now. The next part of the tutorial series about bottom fishing is coming soon, as well as an extra part for spinning, float fishing, and sea fishing. All that will come step by step, but this already gives a preview of what's coming next in bottom fishing, because with new lakes, there are always new approaches to progress through the game. So you have to keep adapting, reinvent yourself, and test new things. So much for feeder fishing at Bear Lake. Just get out there, test, test, test. Don't forget that. And I'd say, see you in the next video or live stream. Until then, tight lines.